Right. Good morning, everyone. All the online students, is it this screen is visible? All the online students, could you please everyone respond in the chat window? I request all the online students need to respond in the chat window. I request all the online students need to respond in the chat window. Okay. Right. Perfect, guys. Let's get started then. Because for everyone, the voice is clear, right? For all the online students, for everyone, the voice is clear, right? Okay. Perfect. Okay. Let's get started then. So the one we have been discussing about this particular perspective of OOPS concepts here. As part of that particular OOPS concepts, first we have been done with this particular perspective of inheritance concept here, right? So first we have been done with this particular perspective of inheritance concept here. Okay. So now, if I go with this particular inheritance, we mentioned that accessing with the data from one class to another class. Accessing the data from one class to another class. And then we mentioned that single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, right? So that particular single level inheritance accessing the data from only one class. Multi-level inheritance accessing the data from more than one class. Multiple accessing with the data from more than one class in parallel. That is what I will be taking with these particular inheritance concepts here. Now, continued with the same thing, we need to begin understand one more concept, which we will be taking with this particular polymorphism. We will be taking with one more concept that we will be taking with polymorphism. If I just go with this particular perspective of polymorphism, in simple, we can say that one name with many forms. According to the definition, will mention that one name with many forms. Rather than saying that forms, rather than mentioning with the forms, you can understand like behavior. Okay, to get an easy understanding, this you can consider as a behavior. For the polymorphism, the best example. For the polymorphism, the best example is human beings only. As in a best example, you can consider human being. As a human being, the person is same. Like consider you guys only. You guys has been in your childhood, you went to the school, then you went to the college, and then you done with the B Tech, then you are doing with the job, right? So I mean, same person only, but playing with the multiple roles. Person is same, but behavior will be the different. Like in school, your behavior is different. In the inter, your behavior is different. In the college, your behavior is different. And in the IT company, your behavior will be the different. Right? So that means which we can say that one name with many forms here. If I'm taking with that particular respective polymorphism, which it will be mentioning that it will be taking with one name with many forms. So that is what it will be taking with this particular respective of polymorphism. Right? Okay. So now, if I just go with this particular one, I mean, if I'm just taking with this particular respective of one name with many forms. Now, we need to begin implement this particular respective polymorphism. So how exactly I can go with in implementing this particular respective of polymorphism. So how exactly we can go with in implementing this particular polymorphism is we can go with two things here. One is overload, another one is override. As part of programming, if you want to begin understand this concept in a best way, the best example is like previously we done with the one program. That is, if I go with the program of mm, data types and variables. So here we got a plus symbol. See the plus symbol. In general, plus symbol has been used for addition. But in this program, we have been used for concatenation. Symbol is same. Symbol is same, but the way of behavior is different. Symbol has been same and that particular way of behavior will be the different here. So that is what it will be taking with this particular one, which it will be mentioning that polymorphism concept here. Same name, multiple behavior. Same symbol, multiple behavior. That is what exactly the concept of polymorphism. Now, if I just go with this particular perspective of polymorphism to implement this particular polymorphism, to implement this particular polymorphism, we need to go with in performing two things here. One is overload, another one override. Okay. Now, this particular overload, we got multiple terms, terminologies. We got multiple terms, multiple terminologies. So we can say that overload and then override. Okay. Overload and override after that. Sorry guys. Overload, or we can say that overloading or method override or method overriding or static polymorphism. Okay. In the same way, it will be taking with override. This particular one, it will be taking with override, overriding, and then method override. Then it will be taking with method overriding. Then you will be taking with runtime. Runtime polymorphism. Okay, so this is what it will be mentioning that different terms here. Terminology is different, concept is same. Concept is been same. We got different terminologies here. Correct, guys. This is method overload. Okay. Now, what exactly mean by these two concepts here? I mean, whenever you are doing with the programming, how exactly we can go with this particular one here, right? So this is what it will be taking with mentioning that it will be taking with this particular one. Okay, see the concept now. This is the meaning of overload concept is how we can say that yes, in this program, overload is implemented or polymorphism is implemented. So how you will be conforming whenever you are working with the inheritance in any program, if you are able to see it can be any program. If you are able to see that it will be having with this particular one of uh, what we can say programs or referring the YouTube or notebook, whatever it can be. If you are as simple as you are able to see that the keyword of extends. If you are able to see within the keyword of extends, then you will be confirming that inheritance concept has been provided. In the same way, how you will confirm that this overload or override has been implemented. For that, as simple as whenever you are creating with the classes, creating with the methods, we can say that method name should be same. Method name should be same and signature should be different. Should be different. Method name should be same and signature should be different. Right? So that means whenever you are writing those particular things, whenever you are writing that particular programming, you should be able to see method name mentioned as the same in the program. Then very straight away you will confirm, yes, in this program overload is implemented. So what is mean by signature? You will understand. You will understand. So for now, you can mention that you will be taking with same, okay, which you will be taking with method name should be same. Okay, so method name should be same and then signature should be different. In the same way, we got override. If I'm just taking with this particular perspective of override, if I'm taking with the override, we mentioned that it will be taking with method name and signature. Method name and signature both should be same. Method name and signature both should be same. So this is what you will be taking with this particular perspective of override. See the concept now? While working with the overload, method name should be same and signature should be different. This particular signature, this particular signature, indirectly, you can consider that arguments here. The meaning of signature, which you will be considering that you will be taking with argument here. Okay, so which I will be taking with this particular one. So this I will be mentioning that which I will be taking with this particular perspective of I will be having with. Okay, so this it will be having with same method name, same signature. Let's go with an example. But before going with the example, the slight difference will be there with the Java. Concept is same. Java, TypeScript or Python, .NET, OOPS concepts are same. Polymorphism concept also same. Slight difference will be there only with overload. So while working this particular overload, what it will be difference is which it will be mentioning that okay method initialization. Method initialization can be can be multiple, but need to have only one implementation for all the methods. Please be very clear, guys. Don't be confused at all. While working with the Java programming, one method initialization, we can go with one implementation. You written two methods, go with the two implementation. 10 methods, you can go with the 10 implementation. But while working with the TypeScript, method initialization can be multiple. You can initialize multiple methods, but only one implementation. For all the methods, you need to have only one implementation. That is what the difference will be there. Remaining all the concepts will be the same. So remaining all that particular steps will be the same here. Right? So which I will be taking with this particular one. So which I will be having with all these particular steps will be the same. Okay, let's see here. Don't be confused at all, guys. First, we got a concept of polymorphism. While working with the polymorphism, we got a concept is one name with one name with many forms here. In that, we got an overload, we got an override. Overload, different terms. We can call as a overload, overloading, method overload, static polymorphism. So how you will implement this? A need to provide method name should be same, but that particular signature, nothing but arguments. Signature is nothing but that arguments. For method, arguments should be different. And along with that, while working this particular TypeScript, while working this particular TypeScript, method initialization can be multiple, but need to have only one implementation for all the methods here. Please be very clear. For all the methods, you will get only one particular implementation here. Okay, right. So let's see here. Let's go with in more detail with the practical example. Then I will get in a clear picture. First, I'm creating one particular new file. So first I will be creating with new file, providing with the file name example underscore. I will be taking with mentioning that overload, which I will be taking with overload. So this overload dot ts, overload dot ts. Okay, now let's see that how it will be working here. Right. Now, see the concept. First, it will be taking with, okay. First, it will be writing with class, providing class name, example underscore, it will be taking with overload. Okay. I'll open the class and closing with the class. See that, which I will be taking with this particular respective of first one class has been provided. Now, I'm just providing, okay, method initialization. I'm initializing with the methods. So how I'm initializing with the methods? See here. First, I will be taking with the method name is add, providing A and then B. Okay, so which I will be taking with that particular method name, which I will be mentioning that I will be taking with add method. For this particular add method, you are passing with the arguments. How many arguments we are passing? You will be taking with the A and then you will be taking with the B, which you will be taking with that particular A and then you will be taking with B. Then you will be taking with this particular method. We got two methods. See the concept. We got two methods. Method name is same. Method name is same, but arguments are different. Method name is same, but that particular signature is different. Signature is nothing but these arguments, A and then B. Okay, so here I mention two arguments as a number. So here I'm passing the two arguments as a string. But see the method name. Method name is same. Method name is same or not, guys? We define two methods, but method name is same, but the signature we are providing as a different. Okay. Now, two methods we initialized it. For both the methods, we need to begin go with one implementation. How many methods you written? How many methods you written? That implementation you are providing. Method implementation should be only one. So while working with the TypeScript, that particular method implementation should be one. So this is what you will be taking with this particular overload concept. Now we created two methods. We written two methods. For the two methods, we are giving only one particular implementation. For the two methods, we are giving only one implementation. So in TypeScript, now we got an advantage of any data type. We discussed about any data type. Any data type means it can take the number, it can take within the string. So which will be taking with any kind of that particular data type here. So as part of the TypeScript concept, they introduce the concept of we need to provide multiple method names can be there, but implementation should be only one implementation. That is what the standard we need to follow while working this particular overload concept here. So by that, every time, so why it has been provided? So because of that particular concept, every time I doesn't require to take the implementation for 10 times. Here I got two methods. For two methods, I given the same implementation. If 10 methods are there, 100 methods are there, I can go with only one implementation where we can save with the more time here. So now we need to execute the program. So how you will be executing with the program? As usual, first you need to begin go with in creating with object. We need to create an object that it will be taking with the let, it will be taking with that particular object. Then for the confirmation, we are printing with the statement that it will be taking with console.log. Now we can see here, I written only one implementation. But even though I written only one particular implementation, right. So even though it will be taking with that particular one implementation, the way of I'm passing with the argument, the respective method will execute. I'm taking the add method. I'm passing the number. That means this method will execute. I given the string. This method will execute. For both the things, it will be taking with that particular respective of a plus b here. Right? So which we will be taking with this particular one. So now we can see here, if I'm taking with executing this particular program, which we will be saying that open in integrated terminal. Okay, so which you will be taking with this particular result. Let's see here how you will be getting with the result. TSX TypeScript executor providing with the file name mentioning that you will be taking overload.ts. Then you will be able to see 10 plus 20 30 that particular hello world. So that is how you will be taking with in implementing this particular polymorphism concept. Don't be confused at all, guys. As part of the polymorphism, we got in a concept of overload. So what is the meaning of overload? Meaning of the overload is method name should be same, but the signature should be different. Signature is nothing but arguments should be different. So here we got in a number, here we got in a string that I will be mentioning that you got implemented overload concept here. And as part of this particular TypeScript, for multiple method implementation, you will be taking with only one particular implementation should be there. Initialization can be multiple, but implementation should be only one here. So that is what we have been given that particular perspective of implementation as a one. So this is you will be taking with this particular respective overload concept. That means whenever you are working with the programming, while referring with the programming, if you are able to see the keyword of extends in the program, very straight away you will be confirming that inheritance has been implemented. If you able to see that method name provided as the same and signature is different, then it will be confirming that overload has been implemented. Now, continued with the same thing, we need to be get understand that particular override. Right? So which I will be taking with that particular perspective of override. So here, while taking with this particular overload, we got defined two methods. We initialize two methods. This is one method. This is one method. We initialize two methods. For both the methods, we given only one implementation. But in case of override, we don't have this confusion. Override, we don't have this particular confusion here. Okay, right, right. So which I will be taking with this particular respective one. Let's see here. Now I will be writing with the program. I will be taking with this particular open in, sorry, new file. I will be mentioning that example underscore. I will be taking with override dot ts. This is very straightforward. There is no confusion at all. Method name and signature both should be same. So to understand this concept in the simple way, the best example, you can consider like a replace. Example, you can consider as a replace. So what is the meaning of replace? If I just go with this particular replace of, like, if I'm taking with this particular perspective of replace. Replace means here meaning of this particular statement. Replace existing future, or you can consider functionality with new future, or you can say that functionality. So what is the simple understanding? The simple understanding, you got an existing functionality. What is the existing functionality? A plus B. In one method, you are doing A plus B. Now this A plus B, you need to replace. You need to replace with A minus B. So the method is same. The functionality A plus B, you are replacing with the A minus B. You are overwriting it. That is overwriting. Overwriting means whatever the existing future is there, that particular existing future you are replacing with that particular new future. To understand in more better manner, let's take in a one general example. Assume that you guys are currently doing with the job searching as an example. As currently you are doing with the job searching, you are continued with your old car only. Whatever your old car is existing, you are continue with the old car. Then assume that you got in a job, you got in a new job. So once you got in a new job, whatever the old car is there, that particular old car, you are replacing with the new car. You're not maintaining both the cars in your home. Whatever your old car is there, that particular old car, you are replacing with new car. So that is what you will be taking with this particular respective step of which you will be mentioning that override here. If I'm taking with that particular override, in simple, we can say that existing future. Existing future need to be get replaced with that particular new future here. Now, that means we require two things here. One is existing, one is new. So that means whenever you are working with this particular override, whenever you are working with the override, it's mandatory that you require two classes here. This is you can consider class 1 and which you will be taking with class 2. So overload has been implemented just only one class, but the override you required in two classes here. So why you require two classes? Let's see here. I'm just creating the class, mentioning the example underscore. You will be taking with override. You will get open then. Okay. Now I will be taking with the method name is add, which I will be taking with the method name is add. Okay. And then here, if I'm taking with this particular method name is add, so here I need to be get mentioned. Either we can go with return data type or we can go with this particular void. So here I'm just printing with the statement considering the console.log. So here as part of this particular console.log, you will be taking with A plus B. Okay, so in the same way, I'm printing with the statement this particular console.log. So here I'm printing with the statement that is existing future, which is nothing but old car, just as an example, Now, what is the concept of override? Override concept is I need to go with the same method name and I need to go with the same signature. So here, this A plus B, I'm taking with A minus B. And this existing future, I'm taking with the new future, mentioning that it will be taking with new car. See here, I just done with same method name, same signature, but it is giving an error. So why it is giving an error? It will consider like a duplicate. It will consider as a duplicate. So because of that particular reason, whenever you want to get implement this particular override, you need to go with that particular two different classes here. So overload you implemented only one class, but override you cannot implement it in one class. You will be taking with two classes here. You will be taking with the class which you will be taking with example underscore. You will be taking with that particular override one. And then you will open that, you will close it. Now I will be providing that particular method. Now see here, this time, if we look into that, both the method names are same, arguments also same. This existing future, you're replacing with the new one. But I require a connectivity. So I need to make a connectivity for these two classes here. So we required a connectivity for these two classes. So how you will be taking with the connectivity? So how exactly it can go with that particular connectivity of these two particular classes here. So let's see that how exactly we can do it. That is what you will be taking with the help of extends. That is what you will be taking with the help of extends. Then you will be providing that particular class. So with the help of that particular extends, you will be taking with the help of this particular respective of class. Now we got connected these two particular classes, which we got connected this particular respective of two classes here. Okay, now let's see here how exactly we can go with that particular execution. So how you will be executing? As usual, you need to begin taking with you will be taking with creating with the object, and then you will be providing that particular name. So object you will be taking with one, you will be also okay. Now, which you will be taking with object 1 equal to new example that particular class. Now, let me run this program. If I run this program according to your understanding, what will be the result it will be printed? Is it A plus B or A minus B or both or error? What is the result you will get? So if I'm executing it, is that it will be printing A plus B or A minus B or both, or it will get an error? What is the result you will get? Exactly, guys. See the simple understanding. So here, previously we have an old car. That old car I'm replacing with the new car. This A plus B I'm replacing with the A minus B. So we need to be getting a result of A minus B, which I will be taking new future. Now get in a more clear picture. Assume that there is no new future. There is no new future. New future is not available. You don't have any new car. If new car is not there, you'll continue with your existing car only. So you're not able to purchase with the new car, you will be continued with your existing car only. Now we can see here, if I'm taking with the execution, this you will be mentioning that you will be taking with this particular perspective of existing vehicle. So this is what you will be taking with this particular perspective concept here. Right? So in this way, you will be able to see because we got in a connectivity. So because of that particular connectivity, if new future is available, it will go with the new future. If new future is not available, it will go with that particular existing future only. So this is what you will be taking with, you will be just understand the concept of old vehicle, new vehicle, old car, new car. You can easily get understand this override concept here. So whatever existing future is there, that particular existing functionality, we are replacing with that particular new one here. Right? So this is what you will be mentioning that which you will be taking with this particular perspective of polymorphism concept here. So now if we just go with this particular perspective polymorphism, we can say that one name with many forms. So in that we got in two things here, overload, override. Overload is method name should be same, signature should be different. Nothing but arguments should be the different. Method name can be same, but that arguments should be the different. But override, method name and arguments both should be same. Method name and argument, both the things should be same. So that is what I will be taking with this particular perspective of overload concepts here. Right? So in this way, you will be taking with these particular respective steps. So once you done with the extents, this is in a child class, this is in a parent class. So child can inherit all the properties of the parents as simple, the general concept. So child can inherit all the properties of the parents here. Okay, right. So now we got any two things here. One, it will be taking with inheritance. Another one, it will be taking with polymorphism and continued with the same thing. Another small concept that is what it will be taking with encapsulation, which you will be taking encapsulation. What is the general meaning of encapsulation? We can say that data bind. The common meaning, the general meaning of encapsulation, we can say that data bind. That is binding with the data. So if I go with definition wise, if I'm taking with the definition, how we can go with the definition is we can mention. Okay, so how we can mention is you will be saying that combine. Okay, or you will be mentioning combining multiple futures. Okay, or I can say that combining two futures. Okay, two futures into one single entity. Okay, if I go with this particular encapsulation, combining, or we can say that integrating two futures into one single entity, that we will be taking with encapsulation. For the encapsulation, best example, for the encapsulation, best example, you can consider that class only. For the best example, you can consider that class. If I'm taking with that particular respective class, if I'm taking with that particular respective class, see the definition of the class. If I go with that particular definition of the class, which it will be taking with this particular respective of definition of that particular respective class. See here, that is combination of data variables and data methods. If I go with the definition of the class, according to the definition, we can say that combination of data variables and taking with that particular data methods. What is the use of the variables? Use of the variables we can mention to represent the data. To represent the data. Data methods mentioning that to perform an action. To perform an action. To perform an action, you will be taking with the method. Now, understand the concept of encapsulation. The concept of encapsulation, see here, combining or integrating two different functionalities into one single entity. Combining or integrating two different functionalities into one single entity that we will be taking with encapsulation. So here, this concept we are very well knowing it, creating the classes, creating that particular methods, we are perfectly knowing it. So as simple in one particular class, if you are able to provide in one particular class, if you are right. Since simple, it will be just creating that particular step. So the steps is which it will be taking with creating that particular respective class. First, I will be creating with the class. Then I'll mention example, it will be taking with encapsulation. Right? So which I will be taking with creating one particular class. Now, what I need to do here, I need to be get go with in creating one particular variables. So first, I will be taking with that particular respective of variables. For example, I will be taking with this particular one. mm, uh, which I will be taking with institute name. I'll be taking with that particular Suresh IT Academy. Just I will be defining it. Then I will be mentioning that I will be taking with location. That I will be taking with that particular string. I will be taking with Hyderabad. Okay. So otherwise, this is I will be taking it Amirpet. Okay, so I'll be just taking with Amirpet. Then I will be taking with city, I'll be taking with the Hyderabad. So I created this particular one. So this is which I will be mentioning the data types and variables. Data types and I will be taking with variables. In the same program, I will be taking with methods. I'm just writing one particular method name. I'm just writing one particular method name that I will be taking with student, which I will be taking with the method name is student. And then here I'm just taking with and calling this particular one. So which I will be taking with, which I will be mentioning that I will be taking with that particular respective method. So we just define the data types and variables we got in a methods. This is a different functionality. This is a different functionality. Two different functionalities we maintain in one single entity. Two different functionalities we maintain in one particular single entity that I will be mentioning that I will be taking with this particular respective encapsulation. At last, we need to execute in a program. So to execute in a program, as usual, it will be taking with let, it will be creating that particular object. You need to be get provide that particular object name, then it will be calling that particular method. So if I'm executing, you will be able to see in printing all that particular result. TSX, you will be taking with example underscore, you will be taking with dot TS. Then you will be able to see all the results has been printed. So it's not like any new thing we have been done. We done with the concept of class only, but in one particular class, if you are taking with both the things together, we got binding. Encapsulation means data binding, combining with the data. In the same program, we got an a data types, which we got in a methods. We can consider that you will be taking with that particular perspective of encapsulation. So this is what we got in a concept of inheritance and then taking with polymorphism and then taking with encapsulation. Encapsulation is a small one only, but the main thing, very most important one, abstraction, that is what I will be saying that data hide. Encapsulation is data bind. In the same way, it will be taking with the abstraction data hide. So if you want to implement with the abstraction, we need to follow certain standard rules here. That will make you confusion that I'll be taking tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll go with the abstraction and then interface. After that, exception handling and some small concepts are there that we need to be get understand. Then we'll be taking with this particular respective playwright. But before getting started with the actual playwright, we need to be get go with this particular perspective of all these particular concepts need to be clear. And the same TypeScript concept, the same TypeScript concept you have in a extra free sessions also. As I informed previously, you will be having extra session from 23rd July. Only TypeScript. This is just for cracking the interviews, like reverse of the string, reverse of the number, finding the oval in the string, finding the duplicate count in the string. So these kind of interview programs, this trainer will be discussing it. So it will get started from 23rd, 8 a.m. So there is no fee for this. There is no registrations or fee for this. This is in a free of cost only for the Suresh IT students here. Better you can utilize these things also. 100% it will help you that. 100% it will help you that it will be taking with that particular interviews here. Okay. So Zoom login details, you will get to your notification. Tomorrow, you will be receiving with the Gmail, the Zoom ID related to this particular session here. So Zoom ID you will be having with tomorrow, you will be receiving it. So there is no concept of recordings. Either you need to attend in offline or you need to be getting. Right. So for everyone, it will help you that if you attend this particular session, you will get in a more clear picture. I mean, it will give extra added advantage to get some extra knowledge only for interview on that particular TypeScript. So that is the reason we are conducting for free only. Just we can utilize these things also. Tomorrow, I will be taking with this particular perspective of abstraction and then we'll be taking with other concepts here. Okay, clear everyone? Right.
Welcome to Ending the World.
Any questions? You guys can carry your questions here. Next, for 1 or 2 days, I'll go with the same timings, 11:30 only. Maximum or Thursday or Friday, we'll come back to our original timings here. I will be informing. For now, we can continue with the same timings of 11:30. Okay, right. Um,
Hello.
yes, Akshay. Yeah.
Can you please just explain the method overloading once?
Method?
Overloading.
Okay. So if we go with this particular overload concept, the concept is very simple. According to the concept of overload, we need to able to provide method name should be same. Now I written two methods in this program. What are the two methods? Add only. But for both the methods I written, method name is add and signature should be the different. What is the signature? Argument. That arguments is here I taken the number, here I have been taken the string. That means signature is the different. Method name is same and signature is different. That is what you will be taking with overload. And while working with the TypeScript, according to that particular TypeScript, you will be taking with for multiple methods, we need to maintain only one implementation. So that is what we provided only one implementation for these two methods. So whenever the program executed, for both the methods, you are able to perform that particular implementation here. Okay?
Sure.
Is it clear?
Thank you. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Right. Next.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Manish. Yeah.
Sir, in the same example of overload, sir, you have declared like A number, B number, and again you have written number. So why you have written that third number?
No, this is whenever you are writing with the methods has been expecting some return type. That means what is the result it has to return. For this method, the result it has to return in the number data type. That means whenever I'm executing 10 plus 20, it has to return the output is number only. And for this, it has to return the output is string only. That is what we mentioned here. Okay?
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, right. Next.
Suresh, I have a query here.
Yeah.
I asked how if we use multiple parameters means for one of the method if I have two parameters and for the other if I have three parameters, will this work in this overload or override?
It will work. We can go with that method. Now, so here I have been passing the two arguments, and if for this I can go with the three arguments here in another method. That can be
Okay.
done. Yeah.
But how about the method implementation and calling part?
So that is wait the small logic. For example, if we see here, I think I have that example. Just 1 minute. Mm, TypeScript over. Okay. Now we can see here. If we look into this particular one, override. overload. Now you can see. So here I'm passing the two arguments for the method, and here I'm passing the three arguments here. Both the method name is add only, and here I got two arguments, I got three arguments. The implementation I given only one implementation, that is a plus b plus c. But whenever I'm giving with the implementation, by default, I have been initialized the number c as a 0. By that, what will happen? Here it will understand 10 plus 20 plus 0. And here, in a place of 0, it will be considering with the 30 here. So this is also possible. Both the things can be done.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought like if someone has created the method already, and if I think of creating another method which I have to pass another parameter, how are we going
Correct.
to do? For that reason only, I understood like I can just check with you.
Mm, mm,
And one more
correct.
query I had on override.
Mm,
Uh, yeah, we have to create the extended class only, right here.
correct.
So what if I have the other class other than being extended from this class? Will I be able to create the same methods?
You can extend it. That is in a multi-level inheritance. Extended can be done.
Not
So
not exactly the extended of this class only. I'm saying like if we consider the first class is A, where I have added this method add, and I have another class as B. It's not extended class of this class. It's other class.
no, if it is not, if there is no extended, it cannot be done. The connectivity should be there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. If you are not using with the extend means you will not be getting it. If I remove this extends, it will give an error. Okay. So it's need to be get go with that particular connectivity, you will not be getting it, right? That is the reason we added that particular extends here. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Right.
So
That's it.
one thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it these OOPS concepts almost same as Java only
Yes,
in
everything is same.
TypeScript also. Sorry.
Yes. Everywhere it will be the same. Just only the
Okay.
slight difference will be there in the syntax, but concept-wise, Java, TypeScript, .NET, Python, it will be the same. Okay.
Okay. In that
Okay.
case, as part of override, we can call base class. I mean, parent class, state
Yes.
class, anyone if I
Perfect.
want, I can call during runtime. No.
Absolutely. This is you can consider parent class. This is you can consider as a child class.
Okay.
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 Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Next. All right, guys. Okay then. Please take care about the practice, guys. Please spend with the more time into the practice. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Narendra.
Yes, sir. One question like encapsulations. We are binding the data type and variable. Uh,
Correct.
like
Hello.
in method, how we are binding like a string and you have taken student method. That's
No,
one
no,
again.
no, no. I
Uh,
just in that particular variable. So here, if I go with that particular one, so, so I just define the variable. That variable I'm calling in the method. This is an instance variables, as we are already knowing earlier. So whenever you are having the instance variable, if you want to call an instance variable, you want to use that particular keyword as a this. With the help of this keyword, I'm calling that instance variable here. Okay.
okay. Sir.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Yes, Leela, we can create, if you want, we can create object for parent class also. Then it will be able to execute that particular methods available in the parent class. That can be done. So it will execute only that particular methods of that particular parent class. That can be also done. Okay. So which program you're talking about?
Override programs.
Override.
Override. Is it
Ah.
audible, sir, now?
Now it is audible. Yeah.
Okay. Here we suppose create the object for parent class. Then which method will execute? If suppose both the methods are there.
No, it will execute only this because here we done the connectivity, but here there is no connectivity, right? So it will execute only this method.
No, but okay.
As simple as this is parent and child. Child can inherit the properties of the parent. Parent cannot inherit the child, right? The general concept.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. And one more thing, I had
Hmm.
question on access modifiers.
Hmm.
Actually, yesterday I asked for lab support, but I didn't get exact what I said. I just can you open that access modifiers program? Sir?
Hmm.
Here in console part, I'm able to access this private and protected also. When I run the program, it's display the result. Just remove the comments in console comments here. End of 1460.
Hmm.
Oh, while running, it's giving output, sir.
Okay, you are saying that this.
Here it's showing that display error, but while running, it's giving output. TSX, miss the TX. Sir, you missed the TSX command.
So this is not printing this particular one. This is printing, this is particular method he got it, right? So he got in a method of, you are calling this
Okay, you
method.
can change that above method. I mean, here. Suresh IT method.
So here what will happen is, I mean, this is while working with the TypeScript, okay. This if we see here, so it will be taking with you are written in the console statement, right? Because of that, you are able to see that in printing this particular one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but in general, I mean, because of the TypeScript flexibility, we got an option. It will print any variable. It can be public or private, anything. But according to the logic, whenever you are taking into this particular one, it will give an error here. But as part of the printing, it will print it.
I didn't get what exactly you're saying. I mean,
As simple as you are using the console.log. This console.log statement, what will happen is whenever you are working with the TypeScript, in case of Java, it will given a restriction that it will not be able to print in the result also. But in the TypeScript, we got in a flexibility. This console.log, it will be able to access any variable, private variable, whatever it can be. It will able to print it. So that is the reason you are able to see the result. But according to the logic, it has been giving an error, which is clearly saying that that is in a private. Okay.
Then how can we conclude this? I mean, is it restricted or is it not restricted?
Here, as part of the logic, it has been restricted. But as part of the printing, it is not restricted here. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one
When
more
you're
thing, while
Java programming, it will not allow you at all. But now, because of this particular TypeScript, we got in a little bit flexibility so that you are able to see that. Yeah. Carry on.
okay, and one more thing, while creating this object creation, let S is equal to new here. Here when we use OBJ, I'm getting error. You also same.
Because another
change.
program, in another program, if you're already used it, it will give an error.
Why? How so? Is it different class and class, program and program? Is there any connectivity? It will search anything.
Yes, because this VS Code and the TypeScript, so you have to close it. If you're now here, everything is open, right? If you close that, that error will
Okay.
return.
Okay. Only the open the program, it's giving that. Otherwise, it will not give.
Yes.
Mm. Okay,
Oh,
fine. Okay.
all right, guys.
Mm.
All right, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Please take care about the practice. Meet you tomorrow then. Thank you.